है ना? 50 years का. 22, he met his spiritual master, Jaladuta ship. 50 years. So much was happening in this 50 years. We knew more only after 50 years, no? What happened between this 22 years and 50 years? In Śrīla Prabhupāda Lilamrata Volume 1, we see Śrīla Prabhupāda struggling alone to publish Back to Godhead magazine, personally typing, editing, visiting the printer, and then distributing the copies on the streets of New Delhi. Working alone in Jhansi, India, Prabhupada gathered a few part-time followers to create the League of Devotees, an early attempt to enact his vision of introducing people from all nations, races, and levels of society to Kṛṣṇa, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, preliminary ISKCON was that League of Devotees. The first model of ISKCON, first attempt was that Jhansi League of Devotees. Age 22. Śrīla Prabhupāda was still alone as he arrived in America in 1965. But he was filled with faith in Kṛṣṇa and determination to establish Kṛṣṇa consciousness in the West, and thus fulfill the desire of his spiritual master and the prediction of the scriptures and previous saints. That was the reason why Śrīla Prabhupada came here, just to fulfill the desire of spiritual master. The young men and women on New York's Lower East Side joined, attracted not so much to Vedic culture as to Swamiji and his chanting. East joined, attracted not so much to Vedic culture as to Swamiji. Oh, so they are attracted more to Swamiji more than the Vedic culture. And his chanting of Hare Kṛṣṇa. Thus, beginning from a small storefront, Śrīla Prabhupāda introduced the Hare Kṛṣṇa movement to America. All of us visited 26 Circuit Avenue, na? Yeah, that storefront. And that was my first place where, yeah, the ISKCON, that's where the 22nd Avenue temple.
Did you find sharing a little bit of your
There?
pre-ISKCON, like what was...
Is it worth, Mataji?
Just only if you want to, not because I want to know the,
Yeah.
the just to understand how...
Very,
yeah.
yeah.
Like the mercy that we receive, like sometimes because we don't know, we feel that, oh, bachpan se ye log hai,
Oh, no,
I
no.
don't know I don't know.
Nay, Mataji, I clearly remember. Oh, I can't believe this is happening in one lifetime. I tell this to the Vaishnavis also. एक वन लाइफ टाइम में इतना कर सकते हैं क्या भक्ति, इसीलिए फेथ इतना बढ़ जाता है. No, not at all. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, how much the modes, of course, अब तो भी है, लेकिन and the reason to come into Krishna consciousness is inquisitive. वो है. Though, yeah, modes are there, all that is there, but I wanted answers. I was curious. Yeah, those two reasons. That's why from the very beginning, it didn't matter much what people have to think about me, because I didn't come here for that. People think of you outside bhakti, inside bhakti, whatever they think, let them think. Inquisitive, and I wanted some answers. And when the answers all the answers have also come, then the real tests came. Answers came and real tests also came. By the time all the answers have come, I got initiated, and bhakti was my life, that's all. Profession to hona hai, ek profession kamane ke liye wo hai, that's it. Otherwise, there's really no link with anything, anybody outside. And family members be, yes, family hai, because family hai, that's all. So in other words, your life is only bhakti now. So if anything happens in bhakti, everything gets shaken up because your world is only bhakti. When bhakti has gotten that deep, and questions were answered, fine, that's when Kṛṣṇa starts putting those testing. Ek ke baad, ek ke baad, ek ke baad. So he really makes us turn to him. I had no more questions. I didn't need any more answers. Ho gaya. But the whole world was bhakti, and all this shaking is happening. I didn't know where to hold on to. That's how I needed something very substantial to hold on to. I didn't want to just do it because everybody were doing. I needed to know why I should do that. Everybody is doing it right, but why is that happening? There is an applaud. Why is there an applaud? Is it just because everybody likes it, or is it something to do with bhakti? That was always the thing. I wanted to understand what this process is. And when the process is being applied, then the result should be what is told in the text, Bhagavad Gita. So if there is an applaud going on because the results are there exactly as stated in the text, then I will also applaud. Wonderful process, yes, very wonderfully worked out. But if I don't see what is stated in the text, then it gets confusing to me. So as I tried to know the process and everything. So first, initially it was inquisitive and learning all that, and I really needed Kṛṣṇa to hold on to withstand and sustain in bhakti. Dear devotees, if you want to be sincere, and how do you know that you are sincere? When you see challenges are coming, then please know that you are sincere. Otherwise, you just try to blend in with, okay, whatever, everybody, yeah, blend in, fine. Social bhakti, okay, yes, I'll just keep with social bhakti, I saw that. But if we are introspective, we need transformation. And we hear things like Nama-niṣṭhā. We hear things like this. And if this is what we are looking for, then please know that the barriers have to break, conditions have to break. And it is nice. That is called liberation. So, wo hota hai, and then we will need a all-time support, all-time shelter, all-time soothing shelter. There is only one all-time soothing shelter that is within. And even to hold on to that shelter, that's where Guru-tattva, I needed. We hear Gita, I was hearing Gita, Shastra, everything. But until I knew what Guru-tattva was, I couldn't get grounded in bhakti. It was all theory only until then. Bhakti Shastra ho gaya? Are you teaching, yeah, Bhakti Vriksha? Wo ho raha hai, ya ho raha hai? Theory. But actual grounding happens with Guru-tattva. Isliye I cannot not speak about it. And if I don't speak, I feel like I'm not being chaste and I'm not being fair to others. I feel like if they don't receive this, it's not fair, they should receive. ऐसा लगता है. Because we get grounded with that tattva, isliye. After that, yes, and everything else will come. Yeah, Mataji? Yes, thank you, Mataji.
し
So, Prabhupada,
て。
Prabhupada,
はい。
Prabhupada,
はい。
Prabhupada a small storefront. Śrīla Prabhupāda introduced the Hare Krishna movement to America. By the way, dear devotees, when all this happens, family met along with, especially with the family members. We have to understand that when they are seeing these changes in us, they have been with us for a long time. It's hard for them to see that these changes are happening with the family. They will have their own fears. What's next then? Hey, ISKCON money, everybody, they just leave everything. Is he going to do the same thing? Is she going to do the same thing? First thing, bechara family members ko aise lagta hai. I had to tell my family, no, there is nothing like sannyasa for women. Me no going anywhere. I had to make them clear, make it clear to them. So they will have fears that we have to understand. We should understand them like that. So that will be there. Being sensitive to them, but keeping the journey internal and getting grounded. वो ज़रूरत होता है. Okay, so somebody can read the next paragraph, right? We follow Śrīla Prabhupāda to San Francisco's. At least we'll read the introduction now, and then when we gather again next time, we can continue. We can read something later. If you don't have mic, I can continue, ma? Yeah? Or somebody has mic? Please, yeah. Although the teachings.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, yes, please.
We follow Śrīla Prabhupāda to San Francisco Health as Guru during the hippie heyday of 1967. As he establishes his Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement there, just as he had done in New York City. Then in May of 1967, he appeared to suffer a heart attack and retired to India to recuperate. It became even clearer that Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement, its life and its growth, depended entirely upon him. Although a few dozen sincere workers were dedicated to his service, they felt helpless and incompetent to do any missionary work or even to maintain their own spiritual vow to abstain from illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication and gambling, unless he were personally present to lead them. In December 1967, Śrīla Prabhupada returned to America and his young spiritual family. As Śrīla Prabhupada would comment several years later, his movement did not really begin until this return to America in December 1967. His time was limited, he knew. The heart attack had proven that now, in whatever time was left, he had to accomplish his mission. And as his International Society for Kṛṣṇa Consciousness began to grow, it gradually spread beyond its simple and sometimes humorous beginnings to become a spiritual institution considered noteworthy even among world religions. In the present volume, we follow Śrīla Prabhupāda through the years of his greatest active participation in ISKCON, the International Society for Kṛṣṇa Consciousness, as its sole leader. In 1968, Śrīla Prabhupada has approximately 50 disciples and 6 ISKCON centers. Although his followers have increased their numbers, most of them are no more than sincere neophytes. Prabhupada is personally available to each of his disciples and he continues to manage and maintain each ISKCON center. Then in July 1970, Śrīla Prabhupada forms his governing body commission and begins to turn over ISKCON's management to his board of GBC secretaries. Yet we find Prabhupada still actively guiding the activities of his society, expanded by 1971 to 600 disciples and 65 centers. Although The teachings of Krishna consciousness have existed since time immemorial within India's Sanskrit Vedic literatures and are the origin and essence of all religious expressions until Śrīla Prabhupāda began his preaching. Krishna consciousness in his original purity had never been widely spread. In the most popular and basic Vedic text, Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna teaches that He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and that real religion, real knowledge and real endeavor can be understood only when one dedicates his life to the loving service of the Lord. Only full surrender to the Supreme can bring one freedom from the laws of karma and the cycle of repeated birth and death.
So clear है ना?
Yes, sir.
Only full surrender to Supreme. So clear है वहाँ पे. Yes, Mataji.
Śrīla Prabhupāda was convinced that devotional service to Lord Krishna is life's goal and that is to engage others in devotional service is the highest welfare activity. And these convictions drove him in his traveling and preaching on behalf of his spiritual master and Krishna. Śrīla Prabhupāda's success in spreading Krishna consciousness was due to his being directly empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Kali Kalera Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtana Krishna Sakti Bina Nahi Tara Prabartana. The fundamental religious system in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna.
Kali Kalera Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtana. Yeah?
Yes.
है ना?
Yes.
Are we here in anything new? It is everywhere. है ना?
Yes.
But you see,
We had not heard it in the
right, because in the whole paragraph that we did, there is one sentence. And the whole lecture when we hear, there is one sentence. So we are thinking, oh, this is one among many things. Our thinking is like that. But the very dharma, very anchor is the nama. The 16, the mala is, that's why the mala is given. And the nama is given. Yeah. Prabhu, are you okay, Prabhu? Yeah? Are you able to see well? कुछ settings change करना है क्या? Is warm or heating ऐसा? Do we have to change anything? You good? Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Mataji.
The fundamental religious system in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Unless empowered by Krishna, one cannot propagate the Sankirtana movement. Yet, although Śrīla Prabhupāda was empowered, his life story is not one in which success comes neatly and automatically, everything being miraculously enacted by God. Rather, Śrīla Prabhupāda's story is one of the constant attempts on behalf of his spiritual master. Successes come, but only after great endeavor and faith.
You see?
Yes.
That is our Śrīla Prabhupāda's journey. Constant attempts,
On behalf of
only with one intention. I want to please my Gurudev. With great endeavor and faith. Śrīla Prabhupada. So, this was the fuel of Śrīla Prabhupada. The desire of his Gurudeva. And with that faith, constant endeavor.
faith.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Prabhupada encountered difficulties in trying to spread love of God in a godless world.
Yeah.
He sometimes met opposition from governments, the media and the religionists, including those in India, and even within his own society he met difficulties caused when his neophyte disciples fell to allurement of the material world. Yet, though all the difficulties, Śrīla Prabhupāda persevered with the sublime tolerance, kindness, and unflinching determination of a pure devotee of Lord Kṛṣṇa.
Jai Śrīla Prabhupāda. Yet, through all difficulties, Śrīla Prabhupāda persevered with the sublime tolerance, kindness, and unflinching determination to fulfill the desire of his Gurudev. Unflinching determination of a pure devotee of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Sublime tolerance. While going through all this, sublime tolerance. Jai Śrīla Prabhupāda. Yes, Mataji.
By material standards, it is extraordinary that a person of Śrīla Prabhupāda's age could constantly travel, confront problems and opposition, and simultaneously produce volume after volume of translated Vedic literatures. But material vision cannot comprehend Śrīla Prabhupāda's activities. He was truly a Mahatma, as described by Kṛṣṇa in Bhagavad Gita. The Mahatmas are always working under the direction of my internal energy. In spreading Krishna consciousness, Śrīla Prabhupāda was far from merely a religious zealot trying to increase a sect. His writings, traveling, and preaching were done in pure devotion to Lord Kṛṣṇa and were therefore transcendental.
Beautiful.
It was Kṛṣṇa himself, Śrīla Prabhupada saw, who was bringing the results. Lord Caitanya has stated, Prithivite achi yata nagaradi grama sarvatra prachara hoiva moro nama. The same one what
yes, Mataji. Yes, this is the one.
Walking, come to you.
Yes, this is the one, Mataji. Yes.
In every town and village, the chanting of my name will be heard.
Yes, please, Mataji.
These words directly spoken by Lord Caitanya are certainly true. The Lord's prediction must come to pass.
The Lord's prediction and the pure devotee's desire must come to pass. You conditional soul, do you understand that? Yes, please. Karishe vachanam tava. Yes, Mataji.
Many Gaudiya Vaishnavas, however, even as recently as the disciples of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, consider the Lord's prediction problematic.
Govinda. Disciples,
Yes.
considering Lord's prediction a problem. Yeah.
The name of Lord Caitanya in every town and village, should this be taken allegorically? Certainly the Americans, the Europeans, the Africans, the Polynesians, the Mongolians, the uncultured wretches outside of India could never become Vaishnavas. Thus,
Mind the talk and the crippled intelligence talk. Yeah.
Thus, Lord Chaitanya's words had seemed an enigmatic topic for speculation. Śrīla Prabhupāda, however, was under orders from his spiritual master, Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, to preach Krishna consciousness beyond India and alone in 1965. He took the great step and left India.
Prabhupada, you reduce the AC little.
Little more.
That's in the third one only.
No, reduce.
Yeah. This is the last one, right?
Yeah. This one, Mataji, please let us know.
Yes, that one. So, he took the great step and left India, crossed the Atlantic, and began the International Society for Krishna Consciousness in New York City. Although some of the Prabhupada's God brothers had gone to England some 30 years before, they had failed to establish anything and had even concluded that to give Krishna consciousness to the Western people was not possible. But Śrīla Prabhupāda
One second, ma. I have to take this call. 1 second. Hare Krishna.
prediction.
Yes. Yeah.
But Śrīla Prabhupāda, fulfilling Lord Caitanya's prediction, travelled and employed his disciples in travelling to open centers in New York City, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Boston, Montreal, Buffalo, Seattle. He also sent his disciples abroad to London and other countries, and they succeeded where Prabhupada's God brothers had failed.
Wow. You look at that.
Yes.
Prabhupada's God brothers came. They failed.
30 years back.
30 years back. They failed. They are direct disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta. Here Prabhupada is sending his in quotes neophyte disciples. 2-3 years only. And they succeeded. Because they were perfect instruments aligned with Srila Prabhupada's desire and vision. A descending mercy. Yeah, but देखना. Wow, Jai, Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. And the disciples of Srila Prabhupada who have been, क्या बोलना है? Those disciples are like Srila Prabhupada. Hands of Srila Prabhupada, trusted. Anugatya, perfect, yeah. Anugatya disciples of Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Jai, Jai. Padhya, Anugatya. Yes, Mataji.
As the present volume explains, Śrīla Prabhupada travelled not only to enlist new devotees and establish Krishna consciousness in new places around the world, but also to maintain what he had already begun. Had he not continued to travel to each temple, instructing his disciples, observing their progress and correcting their mistakes, raising the standard of their Krishna consciousness, the devotee would not have been able to continue. Repeatedly, Prabhupada had to go around the world. Śrīla Prabhupada, by his faith in Krishna and by his selfless dedication to the order of his spiritual master, and by the blessings of Lord Caitanya, did what no one else could have done. At Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Krishna Sakti Bina Nahi Tara Pravartana. Only one empowered by Lord Krishna can actually spread the chanting of Hare Krishna around the world.
Again, you see,
Yes,
it appears like one among the very many sentences. Spreading the Hare Krishna, chanting of Hare Krishna. It's all about chanting the Hare Krishna. Chanting, 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 please. Spreading the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yes, Mataji.
This volume is an account of years of struggle and ultimate fulfillment in Śrīla Prabhupada's life, and I invite the readers to release them. Here is the rag to riches story of the one who started alone with nothing, but whose movement, writing, personal life created an astounding and permanent impression on the world.
Yeah.
By following Śrīla Prabhupada through this time, we gain an understanding of his exalted and humble life.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I am unable to describe Śrīla Prabhupada fully. I have therefore composed two invocations, praying that I be permitted to tell this story purely from the transcendental viewpoint. Otherwise, it would be ruined and incomprehensible. When properly told, the life of the pure devotee brings the greatest joy and benefit to the hearers.
Wow. So, Leela, such.
which allow from object.
Pata, ye last paragraph is the answer.
माताजी दूसरा माइक ले लीजिए. This is gone. This is going.
The mic is gone. Mataji, take the other one.
The pink one, Mataji.
No, it's already gone. My dad.
Brahma's night has come.
Pink is back with you. Pink, where's the pink one?
Anyone has pink? I don't think we have. We don't have.
Seen pink. I had black. The last Sankirtana, who was having pink? Nobody was having pink. Oh, where is the pink mic? When you see the pink mic.
No, she was saying like she missing two flowers are
That is
missing.
before this started.